Ooh, ooh. All right. Yes, already. Um, and I have partnered up with a lady named Michelle. This for a living. Actually, she has made a printable guide that she sells on Etsy, and she had made in 18 months $54,000, and that is her. Those are her personal results, and she did it by sharing. Okay. So, I mean, it really does work if you, you know, want to make printables. It is a very lucrative business to make printables to sell on Etsy. You can actually also do, you can also create printables with print on demand sites such as Printful and Gearbubble. You know, you can do posters. And I can't share on the Facebook Live. I don't think I can share on a Google Hangout, but the Google Hangouts are like, you know, I talk and then, you know, like those old foreign films. So I really don't like the Google Hangout. So I'll probably just do a screen share video in a few minutes. But I wanted to talk to you today about printables because it is a huge business on Etsy. The wonderfuls, it is somewhat like my affiliate income, and this is just affiliate income. This is not my course sales. This is only part of what for me personally online. And I'm very grateful for it, and I can't guarantee anybody's results, but I can guarantee to show you what's working for me. And I know I have made this mainly an Etsy channel, but as of today, I'm going to start showing multiple streams of income, not just Etsy. I also do Etsy with print on demand. And I also do affiliate marketing. And that's what most of this is all about. And I've put together a video course if anyone's interested, the link. I love promoting other people's products, and I love, love, love Etsy and print on demand. Since it was Labor Day weekend, and thank you for that thumbs up, I appreciate that. It was Labor Day weekend. My our children and grandbabies were here, and my mom. And before my daughter-in-law left, she's the one that inspired me to reopen my Etsy shop. I showed her exactly in my course called Printbubble, and I showed her how to take her designs because she's okay. I'll be right there, James, and I'm so glad you are engaging. I love that. I love the interaction. She wanted to take her own designs because she does graphic designs on things with her Etsy shop, and she wanted to know how to do that with Printful. So I showed her how to do it with baby onesies. You can do it with t-shirts, and I love the baby onesies that I'm making sales from. When she saw the brand, she goes, "Oh my gosh, I've ordered some of those for, you know, her 4-month-old." She said they're super soft. And I was glad to hear that because I haven't ordered a sample, but I have had a little far and not one person has complained. So I was happy to know it's some kind of bunny soft material. Okay, James, you said, I have a question. Are you still using Gearbubble for coffee mugs, or are you just using Printful for shirts, mugs, pillowcases, for everything? It's a very good question. Up until last month, I was using Gearbubble. Well, up until probably 2 months ago, James, I was using Gearbubble for everything. And then once I got used to the Printful platform, I switched I started creating t-shirts and baby onesies with Printful. But if you're just starting out, I would recommend that you use Gearbubble for your coffee mugs up to 100 sales. And here's why. 100 sales in Gearbubble, you have to pay a monthly fee. But up until 100 sales inside of Gearbubble, which I just reached, you only have to pay for the mug, which is $4.50, which is the cheapest mug I've found on print-on-demand companies across the board. And then you have to pay $1 for drop shipping. So my profit margin was a lot larger using Gearbubble, and I sold mostly mugs. But now that I'm selling t-shirts and baby onesies, I'm using Printful. But if you're just starting out, profit margin is better for mugs. You'll make more because they cost less. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Printful for the clothing especially is because if you have a problem, I've only had a problem once where I bought from a seller on Etsy, and there was a little flaw in the image. She forgot to erase part of the background transparency. And so there was like, when they printed out the shirt and sent it to her, it was like a little smudge. Okay. That wasn't really my fault because I couldn't see that when I uploaded it. And so I went back to the lady I bought the image from. She corrected it. But what I loved about it is when I uploaded it to Printful the second time, thinking it was some other error, they're the ones that caught the little smudge on the prints on the PNG, and they emailed me and told me we're holding on this order. We're not going to print it until you give us a new PNG because there's a flaw. Okay, so that's why I use Printful. You're welcome, James. I use Printful for clothing issues because the other box on the bottom right-hand side, they answer you really fast. Okay, I can't say that about the other companies, but Printful answers me like within minutes. And you can also go in faster and cancel an order. If say the other day somebody ordered they ordered a camping shirt and then they changed their mind, and it was just within a few hours. This guy said, "Oh my gosh," like say his name was Josh. Josh emailed me through Etsy and said, "Can you cancel that order? I don't think it'll reach us before we go on our camping trip." And so I was able to go in Printful and cancel it there's a little cancel order button. So it's super, super easy. Can you share one or two favorite places to buy images that are commercial? Yes. There are two places where I buy itself, and thehungryjpeg.com. Thehungryjpeg.com. However, thehungryjpeg.com, which is an amazing place. I mean, when I go in there, I can't hardly get out because it's like going to, it's like a person that sews going to a clothing or fabric store. It's just there's so much. It's like a visual treat, like ice cream sundaes to your eyes. There's so many cute things to see and buy. But the thing with the Hungry JPEG is, and some of the same sellers are on Etsy, but the difference is the Hungry JPEG has a license that you can use them commercially, but you have to change them. You have to alter them just a little bit, as in you have to put a phrase underneath, or you have to put, like a border around it. So you have to alter it slightly. The ones that I download on Etsy are the ones who, a lot of them will say specifically in their listing, just go in there and search and say, say for example, you want to do camping PNG commercial. And then a lot of them will have it listed that way because they also realize that a lot of people do not allow you to use them on print on-demand sites, but there are enough of them that it's not been a problem. And or if it's just a phrase that I see is selling well on Pinterest or Etsy, I will go into PicMonkey, which is free. PicMonkey, I say it's free. It's free to begin, but then I think it's like $7 a month. But it's so worth it. And it's a graphic designer. I don't know Photoshop. I don't really have any desire to learn Photoshop, but PicMonkey is great for non-techie people like me. Okay, so I go into PicMonkey and I create a text image. I download it with a transparent background and I upload it into Printful or Gearbubble if it's a coffee mug. Okay. Are there any other questions? I'm happy to have you here. I really appreciate you taking the time out to spend the time with me and talk about Etsy. In a few minutes after I close this one about how to make printables, which is huge, humongous subject, but I want to be able to share my screen and show you some things in Etsy. So if you have time to stay tuned, I would love it. Oops, another rabbit hole to go down. Yes, yes, there are lots of rabbit holes online. That's a very good point, and you have to pick one. You have to pick one and just like, like a bulldog, just, get it in between your teeth and don't let go until you see some success. And then you can move on to the next technique, because there's hundreds of ways to make income online. And again, I'm about not changing my channel, but I'm expanding my channel to include other ways and other multiple streams of income. I'm going to show what I am doing with affiliate marketing, which includes email, building an email list and doing launch jacking and promoting other people's courses and my own courses. So feel free to put any other questions there that you have. And I love it. And I'm so glad you're here. We have questions after, after I end this live video. Feel free to just put a question underneath. But anyway, Etsy, if you don't have an Etsy shop up and running, I'm like, why not? Why not? Okay. Because like my daughter-in-law did yesterday, she said on her way home, the babies were in the back seat, one with a movie and one sleeping. She had her iPad and she was going to go. And she was so excited when I showed her Printful. And, my son, her husband said, why haven't you been doing Printful? Because it's so much easier. She's been, she's done great with her Etsy shop. She's absolutely amazing, where she was able to quit her full-time 5th grade teaching job a couple years ago from her Etsy shop. And it was basically one item. And it still sells. She had a sale today when she called me. I had left my Etsy shop for dead. I said, since 2007. And then when I hunkered down to see what was found out about print on demand, I mean, I was like, I didn't look back, because once you sync your shop with Printful, and Gearbubble has this same monthly fee, so it doesn't cost anything to sync your shop with Printful. I'll wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and I'll look and, be like new order. And I know that I don't have to do anything. If I have created the item with Printful software, then Printful automatically fulfills it. You just have to keep a certain amount, a minimum amount of $50 in the Printful wallet, it's called, in the car, I'm going somewhere. I don't have to worry about running to my computer and order. Okay, I don't have to worry about doing that because Printful does it all for me. James, one more. How do you integrate your listing from Gearbubble to Etsy? I did it manually. And I'll show you how to do that in the course. It's just a manual process where you list it, you put the items in there. But unless you pay for their monthly integration, you have to do it manually. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay, are there any other questions about Gearbubble or Printful that I can help you with? And, right now is the best time to get your listings up and running. You want to start renewing your listings and or putting a new listing up every day or every week, because what it does is Etsy now has a notification bar, a little square. Well, they will show you and notify every person that has ever favorited your shop and or any item in your shop. They will send them a notification that says, your shop, sunny side up, has just uploaded a new item, and which is great. So it's sort of like Amazon. They're figuring out ways to market for the seller, because when we make money, they make money. So it's an awesome win-win. So Etsy's marketplace has changed. They're more aggressively, marketing form on national television. So my sales have increased, and you know, I'm happy to see it. It is the right time to be putting up your Etsy shop before the end of the year, because between now and the end of December and even into January, where some shop owners make the most money than they do all year, offline and online. All right, so watch out for the next video soon. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is Christy, and I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Talk to you soon. Bye now.